Computer. Okay, so here we are, and it's my honour to present Rob Williams, the originator of PSYCH-K and author of The Missing Piece in Your Life, and Duccio Locati, director of PSYCH-K and director of the Health and Wellbeing Program. We're really talking about what I've jokingly called a small subject, but really is the crux to me of everything. And this is how our personal transformation is so important so that we can really become part of the change that we're seeking. So Rob, I'm going to hand it over to you and just, yeah, how are you with this kind of a subject? Yeah.
Well, it's my favorite subject, so that's easy to answer. It's so important and yet so simple to me about what's going on in the world right now. It looks like pure chaos, and it doesn't look like it's going to get better anytime soon. On the other hand, when you use the word chaos, when I use the word chaos, it means multiple things. Chaos means we don't know what's going to happen next. I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think staying in control of the situation and doing more of what we've been doing, we're going to keep getting more of what we've been getting. That's a simple truism. And so with Psyche, the beauty of it is that you can change your destiny. You can change the direction you're headed. You can fix things, up. You're not a victim of the future. You're the master and the creator of the future. And when you understand with belief systems and the power of belief systems, which then drive thoughts, which then drive behaviors, this is a very straightforward wake-up call to, all right, things aren't going so well, all over the world. And the word chaos can be taken as a negative or a positive. And I think in a way it's both. The negative part is it looks like the world's falling apart, and it is, but for a very good reason, because it needs to. In my opinion, we need to let go of and stop clinging to what is not working in the world. This is in all sectors, in all countries. This is not just one country or another country. I happen to be in the United States. Well, it's chaos center as far as I'm concerned, and I've never seen it like this. And it tells me that we are at a place of opportunity to make changes. Chaos is the thing that precedes something new. And as we wake up to who we are as divine beings, first and foremost, having a human experience, and that everything we do colors everything everybody else does. We are a part of a whole. We're not apart from it. The illusion of separation, I call it the illusion of separation disorder, just because of my psychological background, is a very real phenomenon. Our senses, seeing, hearing, feeling, touching, smelling, etc., inform us, and in this case, they misinform us that we are separate from each other. And that is singularly, in my opinion, the most tragic illusion of all. If I think I'm separate from you, and you think you're separate from me, and we think we're separate from the creator of all that is, then we're in for what we're getting. We're going to get things that say, oh, I could take advantage of that person over there or that situation over there and get away with it. Well, the truth is, no, you can't. Universal principles say we're all interconnected. In quantum physics, they call it quantum entanglement. In spiritual circles, you call it the law of one. It's all interconnected. So there is a web of life that connects us. Whether we believe it or not, or think it's a good idea or not, it's irrelevant. It's a universal principle. We are, in fact, connected to all that is. And the good news about that is we can do something about what's happening right now by changing ourselves. The real power isn't trying to change what's out there so much. You need people doing that. You need people who are really good at organizing and conveying new ways of thinking. I'm totally in favor of that. But bottom line is, if you don't change yourself, if you're not the epicenter for the change you want to see and an example of it, then we'll never have sustainable change. You have to take personal responsibility for changing yourself, because that's the only way the world will actually change and sustain the change. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah. I believe that Rob has shared really the core of the concept about serving ourselves and serving others. That's so beautiful in PSYCH-K, because in PSYCH-K we honor both the self-help, so take care of yourself, of your personal evolution, that then can expand towards the self-realization, that serving others, realizing finally that there is no such thing as others, because it's us, okay? Like Rob said, to the entanglement. And the beauty of this realization that comes, in my experience, with each PSYCH-K process that we do, each transformation, because no matter what we transform with PSYCH-K, a beautiful side effect of each transformation is, okay, let's take away a layer of separation, layer after layer. So the more we use PSYCH-K in our life, the more we see that we are all interconnected, and the service to self and the service to others becomes natural in every action. And from the health point of view, that's a little bit my field. The more we realize that we are not just human beings, but we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and that we can perceive ourselves as, I'm just myself, one person facing a huge problem, or no, I am connected with everything. I'm connected with oneness, and I can connect and ask oneness and every part of oneness support to solve the problem that I'm going through. That can be also a health problem. So I move from being a single human being separated from everything, looking at a mountain, that a huge problem, and perceiving it as it's impossible to solve it, to perceiving myself as a part of this magnificent oneness, and what was perceived before as a mountain is now a little rock. And now it's much easier to solve what I perceive as a little rock compared to what I perceive as a mountain. So this solution of the illusion of separation is so precious because it's very practical. That's why really I fell in love with PSYCH-K, because it's applied spirituality. It's let's have these beautiful spiritual principles, and let's experience them in the three-dimensional world. And when I talk with Rob about that, another definition of PSYCH-K that he often uses is practical mysticism. Or if I'm not wrong, Rob, but something, it's a beautiful way to, okay, let's download the wisdom and let's activate and live it and manifest it in the three-dimensional world, because we are spiritual being having a human experience, and so we need to honor both the spiritual part and the three-dimensional part. And the more we experience this reality as oneness, as all interconnected, the easier this reality is, and the more beautiful. And as Rob said, even if now we live in one of the most difficult moments in human history, according to me, to my perception, we also are living in one of the moment in history with the greatest potential for us, and we have the opportunity to really make a difference and to experience life individually and as oneness in a way that we have never experienced before.
Yeah.
And PSYCH-K is not because I use it, not because I teach it, because I've tried so many things in my life as an osteopath, as a trainer, and I've never, ever found something that's more powerful, simple, elegant, effective as this beautiful methodology.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you both so much. Yeah, that's perfect. And thank you so much for your sharing. I think everybody here will appreciate it so very much. Yeah.
Well, thank